for quite a long time that did not have what you call a hands-free device. Hello guys, how are you doing? It is well after midnight, in fact just a single minute from 1 a.m. It is 12:59 a.m. Oh, wow. It's just that I have just done push-ups. Well, despite that, I'm still fresh and awake, 1 hour after midnight. Or maybe it is the turkey effect. Because while I'm here, there happen to be many more days that I stay up past midnight. But when I'm in the US, certain days I do stay up past midnight, but only for like 30% of the days. I am usually already in bed by 9 o'clock, but while I'm here, I just don't even want to get in bed while it's already midnight. So, yesterday, when I was at the Jawahir Mall, before I had lunch, there were numerous youngsters who went absolutely crazy. Like, they were shouting and they were going nuts. A few of them poured soda on the floor at the food court because I was talking about the situation with the Peugeot and I heard such noise. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then eventually I saw that spill of soda on the floor. I'm like, oh crap, like those people must be gone absolutely crazy. There was a bit of a fight as well at some point, which maybe I didn't see, but the security rushed in, like 3 or 4 of them took such swift action that many of them were escorted from the mall. They tapped on the backs and like, hey, you get out, you get out, you get out right now. Beside the spill of soda on the floor, I saw from another group, they were throwing gummies on the floor and the security like, hey, you picked them up. But let me put it into this. So a lot of people were going crazy, like pouring liquid on the floor, dumping a lot of garbage, things like that, causing a lot of disruptions in the food court. Many of them were eventually escorted, but some of them ran away themselves. Like a bunch of crazy youngsters out there, like a group of 25 to 30 of them. Like it was a big amount. I can tell you, it was a big amount. But for some reason, I don't know why, like it quickly reminded, like even having saw that, quickly reminded me of one time recently that I was still in the US and we were at Red Robin and there were 2 babies that were crying so crazily that it went way over the limits. And so we asked the workers like, hey, could you do anything to keep those babies quiet? And they're like, no. Like a restaurant worker, if he sees a group of teenagers shouting like crazy, jumping on tables, throwing stuff on the floor, laughing like jerks, like they know that they are being disrupted and they're gonna kick them out. But when it comes to a crying baby that's crying like crazy, they don't do shit about it. They don't do anything about it. And that's 10 times worse than when it's those teenagers shouting like crazy. They're just for their own amusement. They're like, hey, we're young. We rule them all. We can do anything. So let's just throw chairs around like because you're young, I mean, there is a song like that too. It's like, we are young, so let's set the world on fire, things like that. But, in a rebellious manner. But yeah, that's pretty much what caused all that chaos in the food court of the mall. And after that, of course, I did have my lunch. That was nice. All right, so there's yeah, well, like I said, turkey effect has shown itself again. It's 1:31. Damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next 30 minutes to 1 hour, but hey, at least I got this. I got a Lamina Mall plastic cup, bro. Well, now it's the afternoon. It's hot, but positively the Peugeot is ready to be driven again. And yes, I can actually say that this time.
Sokagi, then turn right onto Torin Sokagi.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Sure help. Yeah, I was just gonna bring up the AC thing, but at least that's already on. But yeah, at least that's already on. At least the Google can say something's close to perfect.
Well, this part is almost
At least,
perfect, yeah.
yes.
And this is more difficult than ITAR or
Yeah.
Speti.
Yes. For Siri to pronounce, maybe we should get AI Siri one day. And look, this whole building has been taken down.
Doing not what he says, but what we want.
Yeah, because this AI, yeah.
But in Turkey, it is yet.
Well, we've been living with this for years, so what can I really say? It's just that saying like the best of AIs, really. I don't know. An iX1, wow, the first time I've seen that in iX1. Yeah, so like if it would be a Siri, because not every bit of AI is smart. Like I see how a lot are talking about AI and oh goodness me, somewhere that's not even a pedestrian sidewalk. That's so weird. Yeah, that van behind me, that was a dangerous, unprecedented stop. And even when there's a no crosswalk sign, how strange. But yeah, and if there would be such AI, imagine if there would be such AI that would be able to speak perfectly like 3,000 or however many languages there are. This is the first time I've seen anything. I mean, there was one other though, but yeah.
The other one was a regular pen.
Right?
Because this one is.
But wait, I mean, like, if you see the construction of this, like maybe that might have something to do with that. Yes, like why would
this
it be?
This is right in the middle of the highway.
Yes.
There's no.
There is an exit. Yeah, there is an exit. Like they have recently, I guess, opened that exit for the subway. Despite the safety levels, a lot of people like to take that entrance exit. I mean, you said that you should to that other bridge.
No.
Oh.
The other exit was going to take us a little further. There's going to be a little traffic here.
Oh yeah, because I think last time we took
This
that
is the
exit.
regular road we take. We don't guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess we might have been smart to take that exit last time. You know, when it was just random.
Would be possibly better for a choice.
Yeah, it did turn out that I should have took that other bridge, but now it's 3:50, so it's approaching the hour 4. It was, oh wow, look at these. Well, I would never have thought I would see anything quite like this, but there are some orders that we've done, especially some phone holder parts. We ordered these with 2 or 3 parts for the BMW, since for quite a long time that did not have what you call a hands-free device. The weird thing is, like, these days I'm looking at drivers, the one thing that I still don't fully trust, despite the highly increased traffic fines, is when they go on their phones, even though they're looking at like which direction should I take. You know, like navigation. It's like for 1 second their eyes on the road, and a second later they're on their phone again, and a second later they're looking on the road, a second later they're back on their phone. Like it just keeps going like that. With 80% of the people in traffic, that's the thing I've been seeing. And that simply shows I am much better with the navigation than many of that lot that are behind the wheel.
You don't cry, you're not strong enough to care. Getting lost in my own pain, not in the game. One more dance chance to see me. I've been hoping we could try not to lie alone tonight. I will never have the life you stole. Now I'm keeping everything in my soul. If you call me in the night, I will ask you every time, can you breathe with me?
Yeah, I've bought one for the Peugeot as well, but that's just an alternative. Well, we're smart enough to track down where we're going, unlike those who, like I mentioned, look to one side and then another every other second as if they're in their own world. We drove to the 07. The weird part was when we got to that roundabout, it's like, are we driving back or what? But it did turn out to be a blessing in disguise. That was the road that got us to the second bridge. Because when I just learned, like, you know, sometimes I say, hey Siri, take us this and that place, whatever, and then I learned, I'm like, holy crap, because the Google Assistant doesn't actually have a name like Apple does for Siri and Amazon with Alexa. So I'm like, what should I call it? Or should I call it Apollo or Artemis, Julius, or but yeah, for the Google Assistant speaker, they haven't come up with an alternative name. I mean, two of the three that I have just mentioned seem to be kind of random. They call it Google Assistant, but they don't have like a random name for that either. Well, sometimes it can screw up, but at least we should be brave at all times so that I can track where you're going. But for now, it is 6:45. There's been another hot day as we're just getting started with the summer. The crazy thing that's been going on with me is when the summer comes, it's like whenever I enjoy one spring season to an extent that I live the dreams of it, it comes like a hangover for me. And there comes a day in the summer when something insanely dramatic happens that unprecedentedly changes my life, in which there would happen to be a tense moment that escalates into such drama that would quickly change my life. Like, I lived with that in the summers of 2018, 2019, 21, and 23. Well, anyway, now I'm back in the house. I'm on the TV, and wow, this is the first time that I'm seeing some bit of news that pit bulls are counted as weapons. Well, yeah, they do look dangerous, that's true, but from a CCTV footage that showed someone get attacked by a pit bull like 4.5 years ago, then there turned out to be a news report saying pit bulls are counted as weapons. Today was one of those days that the main camera of the iPhone turned out better than the iMovie camera, despite the fact that we had the car washed. We had it washed yesterday so that we don't have to wait for a long time to have it cleaned up at the outside the Pandoria Mall. When we had the car wash over there last year, it took quite long, and that also due to the heat, even though it's been 5 days since the battery replacement on the phone. When the screen heats up, that's when it starts giving me that hard time again. Like, the screen gets very, very slow, whether I go on the camera or I go on YouTube, like whatever the heck I do, it gives that same insane treatment. Alright guys, I am going to put this vlog to an end. Thank you for watching. Do leave a like to this video, and I'll talk to you in the vlog tomorrow. Bye.